All right, let's do this. Welcome everyone that has taken the time to check out this new DHF video. As the title shows, this is the Decentralized Hedge Fund called DHF, has been pressing forward, has been rewarding all of its members for over 3 years. I got in January 2021. I noticed that there were some really, great YouTubers and great people in this space that I respected that were doing this. And at the time I was looking at some other options, and I really didn't get involved when I first saw it, which hindsight is always one of those things, especially in this space. But I like to acknowledge the folks that have really paved the way for some of the better programs out there. I'm not about bashing nobody, because this space doesn't take no prisoners. It doesn't matter who you are and how many times you've done a YouTube video, Facebook Live, StreamYard, whatever it is. We all, have had, those good days and bad days, and these opportunities that will come and go. And so there's just nothing you can do, short of keep it moving when things don't go as planned. So like I said, to acknowledge some of the leaders in this space, CPMD, he has been an absolute leader when it comes to DHF. And I really, I got a level of confidence in the program, because I saw that he was one of the pioneers that really took this one and opened it up for so many people to get away from some of the things that were not working and get into some of the things that were working. And, and on that topic, like I said, this is not a long video to try to, focus on any person or whatever, but you have to really think back to January or, the end of December 2020 and 2021. Pandemic was live. A lot of people were flocking to online looking for great programs. And, me, CPMD, Cashflow Legacy, and a few others were involved with the platform that was doing very well at that time. And, unbeknownst to any of us, we were all in that same platform. And so while I was actually looking at videos and things like that to see who else and get more information and really learn a little bit more about kind of this area online, the crypto, I heard the stories that, these other platforms were coming and going, and a lot of people were making money, but then, things just didn't go right at a certain point. But then when I saw DHF again, because I didn't get in when I first saw it, but because I was looking at something, I had a different perspective at that point. Everybody starts off in a certain way, and then you start to learn as you go. And then DHF became a little more attractive. And I did find out that in the Telegram chat, CPMD was one of the pioneers. And I'm like, whoa, I got a little respect for this guy. So I'm going to go ahead and, hey, follow this lead, and got into that. And one thing he says to this day, right, which I think we all want to be sure and communicate this to our community, is any platform, anytime you get in this crypto space, you have to do the proper diversity and risk management. And the best way to reduce risk is to diversify. And so one of the things that, like I said, is consistent across all the ones that I see out there that's doing great things and have big communities, we all want to say you have to have some that are lower risk. Now, you can't eliminate the risk, but you got to have some lower risk platforms out there so that you can make it through some of the higher risk platforms, right? And then what do I mean by that? Everybody is going to earn some money from the lower risk ones. If you stay in it long enough, you're going to earn some money. And when you earn that crypto, you're going to start looking at, well, I'm a little more confident now. I have a little extra, what we call disposable income or risk capital. Let me try that 5% a day, or let me try that 4% a day, or whatever, right? Now, if you haven't been in this space for a while and you see that, it's like a shiny object, and you just think, oh my gosh, you know what? I'm going to put my life savings in there because I'm going to be a millionaire in about 3 months. Unfortunately, that plan probably won't last that long. And so you really don't want to put yourself in that position. And so what we all, like I said, the folks out there that have, great communities and trying to do the best for their communities always say, look, you need to have a certain percentage of these low risk, 0.5%, 3%, whatever, these, maybe 10% to 20% a month type platforms, so you're averaging about 0.5 to maybe 1% a day. You have to have a little bit of that, or really a lot of that in because you can't, there's strategies behind it, but I'm not getting into that right now. But I just want to acknowledge that, look, CPNB was definitely a pioneer to many folks with DHF. And I really have to say that because he represents what's good about this community. And this right here has been a staple in the community. Online crypto investors, that when he rolled this out and he really made it visible, a lot of people have to appreciate that he took the step to do that. And it's been amazing from day one. So I have to thank him for that. And now let's go ahead and get this update done. All right, so here we go. Bam. 2022. What you're looking at is, I know it's May, right? And you're saying, well, Rashid, you're showing us, up till April. Well, I don't know, but somebody on the Telegram group, they update this thing. So I don't know who it is and where it comes from. So I don't want to mess with it. And so I was just looking for the new one, but I didn't see it as of yet because today is June the 1st. So May, we got the numbers, but it may not be posted yet as far as this particular graphic. So I went back to April to see if I could at least show you kind of, how things have been going. We know the market has been in flux for the last, maybe 3 weeks plus. Some people say it's been suffering for about, 3 months, which could be the case. But as far as DHF and members within, there is an average of about 9 to 10% a month, which is, it's not earth shattering, but it is a consistent, low risk. Some people don't think low risk, but okay. I say from my criteria and how I look at these platforms, it has stood the test of time, and it is a consistent in the background, just churning out crypto for any of the members. It's very consistent. Now, it may not give you the same percentage as far as consistency goes, but it will give you 9 to 11%, and sometimes more than that. In 2021, it did way more than that in some areas. And if I get a chance, I'll pop back and show you some of the ones that, some months that it did do over 10%, which was amazing. And I didn't even look at mine for, a lot of months. And I just forgot about it, to tell you the truth. And I was very pleased that it did grow. And I'm going to talk to you a little bit about where I made I would say a mistake, where I decided that, oh my gosh, this thing has grown. I'm going to go ahead and pull out a substantial amount at that time and use it for something else. And that was just kind of a major mistake on my part. But anyway, let's kick it off. Let's do this. So what you see here, January, we got 10% out of that, right? So they do take a percentage for a fee every single month. You can read all that here. So we got about 10 in January. We got 8.5 in February, 9.7 in March, and in April we got 7.34. And in May, I'll show you, we got less than 7%. So it did take a hit, and as we know, that is definitely not favorable in any context. But you know what? Hey, we've done very well all the way up to this point. The market has suffered. Whatever AI bot that they're using or whoever's monitoring it, maybe they got a little lax and sat back in the recliner and just missed out on massive opportunities on going short. I would think that over the last 2, 3, 4 years of utilizing this and really doing very well, the market has always been up and down, and you would think that they would have a better plan to help create a more consistent 9 to 11% return, every month, because there are other platforms that have done that. And I'm part of some other, private clubs that maintain their percentage throughout, and didn't lose anything. So it is interesting to me that they've been doing this for this long and not able to maintain, even 8%. I would say you can drop from a 9 to 8, and just kind of fluctuate. But to really get down to below 7, yeah, somebody sleep at the wheel when it comes to going down that far, right? That's just my take on it, because if you have a strategy to earn going long, you should have a strategy to earn going short. And the amounts of money that's being made on these platforms that are like this, have been around this long, then I would definitely say that there should be something in place for that. So let's go ahead and let's take a look at the Telegram. And I want to talk a little bit about this Telegram. Hopefully you can see it. Yeah, let me get that where you can see it. All right, there we go. So in the Telegram, that was the chart that I just showed you right there. And so what I want to do, I want to take you into, oh, somebody posted the May one. It's funny. They just posted it like literally 20 minutes right before I came on. All right, so that's good. I'll pop that up in a minute. All right, so I want to show you. So they do a reward. This is something that, everybody needs to understand. And I'll talk a little bit more about the mechanics. If you haven't seen or heard, how this works, I'll talk a little bit about that so you can get a better understanding of how it works. Because it's really fascinating, man, that's not what I was trying to do. That's weird. All right, so let's go here. All right, boom, right? That's what's up. So here it says, extra, read all about it. Bullseye wins. What does that mean? So when you are a DHF member, and every month around the 15th or so, people start to guess what is going to be the ROI for this month, right? What percentage are we going to get? What is going to be return on my investment? So we're looking at 9%, some people say 8%, some say 10, some say 11%. There's numbers, right? And so you're basically saying, I'm going to guess whatever that percentage might be. And of course, it's not gambling. This is just a game, where you can guess. And they say, look, if you guess the right number, we will pay you X amount, right? So they're rewarding people every month with a certain amount. Now, if you hit, and normally it's about $9,000 or $10,000, that is, by the way. So if you hit the exact, I'm talking, if you do like, let's say, for instance, the number this month was 7.24. Even if you hit 7.2 and nobody else did that, you would still get the double, because you have actually, hit that. Now, if I'm wrong, somebody please correct me, but I thought in the past I'd seen that happen. But like I said, that's what I believe I've seen. That, if it's 7.2 and nobody else has guessed that, and the exact number is 7.24, then you still have met that requirement to do double. Now, if it's wrong, please somebody correct me, because I know, CPMB, he checks these things out. And if it's different, then please, make that announcement, because I don't want people to think, but hey, if let's say, for instance, it's 7.24 and you get 7.2 and they still give you 9,000, I mean, would you be mad? So it's just a nice way that they're really giving back to the community for being involved in this platform. Nobody has to do that. And so I think that's really cool. I think everybody needs to understand that, hey, you can actually win, like literally a reward just for guessing the right percentage, either 9,000, or you can get double if you hit it a nail on the head, hit the bullseye, you got the exact percentage, bam, you get double. And this month, when the lowest, 6.5, I think it was, and the 7.24 is what, overall, but we, as the members, got 6.5, I think it was, then you get 23,000. How powerful is that? So you can say, oh man, my percentage wasn't that good. And so you have this sinking feeling, and then all of a sudden, boom, but you just won 23,000 into your account. Boom. That's why the boom is there. So yeah, it's raining on payday for somebody, a $23,000 payday. I really, really like what these guys are doing. So that's just, just one of those things that these guys are doing to help the community. So really powerful stuff. All right, moving on. All right. So you want to know, what is this DHF all about? All right, let's take it to the beginning. All right, let's go and do a quick review, right? Because you may not have seen this. If you have, you may not remember. All right, so DHF, Decentralized Hedge Fund, is here. You can earn an average of about 10%. That was normal throughout 2021, 22, and then all of a sudden, we had some challenges in the market. Now, there's a couple of things that happens. You sign up, you put your funds in, boom. You're going to earn, like I said, whatever they did, 7, 8, 9, 10% a month, consistent, no problem. Now, when somebody else signs up that you referred, then they're going to pay you $20 one-time fee. And even if that person puts money in every month, doesn't matter. They're going to pay you a one-time, fee. Now, when you withdraw, they're going to take 10%. That's what their fee is. So it's all good. That's the plan. They have AI and blockchain running the software behind the scenes. They actually have trading going on. Yeah, interesting, isn't it? I'm gonna tell you, when I first jumped on this, I literally did not know that they were doing trading. I don't even think I even looked at that tab. I thought, Decentralized Hedge Fund, maybe they're doing something somewhere with our monies and getting a return. I just didn't think about it to that level. But then after a while, I started doing more videos and I said, oh, let me click on this. And I just said, oh, they actually are doing trade, and they're showing us that, hey, here's the trades. This is the closing price, this is the return on equity right here. And here's the profit and loss, right? And I was like, oh, okay, got it, right? So obviously, when we get a percentage, that means that there's profit. If we don't get a percentage, that means there's loss. Now, we always get a percentage, right? No matter if it's 6%, no matter if it's 10% or 15%, we got some profit, right? So you can't be mad about that. And then it shows you the pairs that being traded here and the amounts of those particular ones too. So can't be mad at that. Really good stuff. All right, so let's boogie on over here. Now, dashboard. When you open up your dashboard, you'll see that you have your balance, your profit, total deposit, and total withdrawals. And here's what's cool. If I was not making any profit over the time that I've been in the program, then of course the numbers will look a little different. One thing that I appreciate is when it says I totally deposited $7,000 over the last, year and a half or so, but I have withdrawn 10,000. So that means I have made more than I put in. Exactly. So that's a beautiful thing. You always, let me say it again, you always want to withdraw more than you actually put in. That means that you're making money, just so you know. All right. So I haven't talked about this in a while, but I really wanted to talk about it today because I see what's happening in the market. We know about COTPS, we know about SwapNext, we know that MetaFee is challenged. So there's some bright lights on the potential of MetaFee coming back and actually just getting them things together and letting things kind of die down a little bit. A lot of people, got upset about kind of the situation, rightfully so, because we've seen it too many times. But at the end of the day, there's people that have some insight to the CEO of MetaFee, and they do say that they're working to bring it on back and people will be made whole again. So just hang in there. But in the meantime, you have to have something that is consistently earning you money. Now, not saying that you're going to, put everything in this one or everything in that one. That's not how we do business. Diversify. You want to put a little bit in different places. And when you get enough, then go ahead and stack that to a point where you can earn at least 1K per day. That's always been my goal. I've met that goal. I've exceeded that goal. And then I decided to do something that every one of us probably cringes about. So let's go to withdrawals. I'm going to show you something here. This is how I created a problem for myself. Over here, it says January 2022. Okay. All right. So in here, these are withdrawals from in Bitcoin. All right. And so these other ones are basically them taking their fees. But this is Bitcoin, right? March. So in December, um, so that's January, December. Okay. So as you can tell, I decided to take out that one right there. So it was the end of December, so beginning of January, yeah, that time frame. So everything was doing just fine, right? I was getting paid enough to where their 10% was 72, 76, 92. That means I had a good amount in there, right? That was pretty cool. And I was going in the right direction because of what was happening. So I took a little bit out and that went down and that went down. But then here I took out 0.1, what's that, 1089. I think it was about 5,000 at that time because Bitcoin was probably at about 50,000, at that time. And so I took out about 5,000 because I had a plan. Then, and then let's see, did I take out some more? I think I took out more. And then over here, I took out in January, I took out 0.0011. And then in March 2022, I took out 0.04. April, I took out 0.06. As you can tell, I was taking money from here because I had earned these profits and I was going and putting them into new platforms. Okay. Now I've been doing that forever because a lot of people want to know, does this work or does that work? And before they invest. So I would take it upon myself and I would test the system to see if it worked. That's how that happens. Right. So a lot of you may think that when I do a video, I'm just testing it on you. No, I've tested it behind the scenes. I've earned from it. I see it works. Then I present it. Now, I can't tell you what's going to happen the day after because who knows, right? These platforms do not favor any person. They just come and go as they please. All right. So just understand that very clearly that it definitely happens with or without my consent. I don't control them at all. And it hurts when they walk away for me, just as it hurts anybody else that's invested. So here it is, November. I earned 927. And so if they're paying about 10%, that means that I had to have at least 10,000 in there to get almost, $1,000 for that month. That was my goal, was to get this one up to that amount. And so I had put a little bit in over time. Like I said, it's a low risk, kind of background. So I'm not heavy on this one. I was just trying to get it up. And so each platform, my goal was to get each one to about 1,000. So that's in profits, every month, every, whatever. So that's what I was doing. And so I got to that point and a lot of other people decided to jump on board, and that was great. We were doing all right. And then I decided to withdraw, just like I showed you. And so when I pull that money out, as you can tell here, February, March, you see the profits went from 700 to 400 to 300. Then we rode the wave a little bit, and I put some in right there. And then so 2010, okay, yeah. So put in 2,000 right there. And then I got here and took out some more, but then, yeah, because in March, I withdraw. And then right here, 461. So 461 was the profit I got there. And then as you can see from April, and then in May, I dropped down to 139. So as you can understand, those numbers I took out to a point where I was only earning 139. And then this month I only got 133 because the numbers, I had withdrawn pretty much everything I had in there because I was going into other platforms, right? And unfortunately, two of those that I did go in, one has locked the withdrawals and the other ones have faded. And that's just telling you, this is the business. Now, I do have other places that are earning very well. So it's not a matter of, oh my gosh, No, because I always practice diversity. I have multiple streams, and there are, prominent projects that I do, presentations on every week. So I'm fine in that respect. But I just really wanted you guys to know how my DHF has been working. I haven't, been balling in this particular platform. I took money out of it, and it helped me to build other platforms and other businesses. Some are still on, some are not. But it does give me that opportunity to take a look at other platforms and see if they're working or not. And that protects you from either getting in them or earning a little bit while they are around. Now, as you can tell right here, this is what we earned off of my particular balance was 1970, and 6.52% is what we earned this month. All right. So that's really what we're working with. If I wanted to take money out, it will obviously come out of there. So my goal is I got to get that back up to the 7 or 10,000, and then, we'll be good to go. So that's the goal, is to take from other platforms, since they're doing well, and putting it back in the DHF. And so maybe the economy, the markets, the crypto market will start, climbing back up, and we'll be in a better position going forward. So that's the plan. This is DHF. As I always do, I chuckle because just like everybody else, people will decide to sign up in a platform like DHF. It is a money platform that will earn you money if you actually become active. You earn zero from registering your name and information and put nothing in it. So I would say, just like this is like a line that I'm in every presentation with. If you see a video that I'm doing and you see an opportunity for yourself and you say, wow, Rashid, that's a good explanation. I like what's going on here. It seems like they're consistently paying, every month, but you have 48 inactive. That means there are 48 people signed up and did not put any funds in here. Therefore, they could not earn any ROI on zero, basically. And there are 23 people that took action and made it happen, and they're earning every single month. So I'm going to close out with this. If you are one of those people that decides that you want to participate, you will earn on this particular platform. If you are a person that wants to sign up and not earn 11, 9, 10, or 8% and the 6.5% that we got this month, then please do not, I repeat, do not fill out the registration that's attached to my link if you're not going to get in the game and earn just like I and so many other people are doing. That's just the way it is. All right. So I say that to say this. Peace, and I'll see you on the next one.